leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that movie. One shot, movie. That's all.
Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Packers, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and CD, the Bengals. Well, they're officially no fluke. Champions of the AFC for a second consecutive year.
And how about the Cincinnati Bengals franchise? Before last year, they had not won a playoff game since January of 1991. They're now 0-3 in Super Bowls with the loss last year to the Rams. 2 previously to Joe Montana, the 49ers in the 1980s, looking to get their first championship in this one.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their 5th win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for 2nd all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era as well. So this is a town that's used to winning, and they expect to win this one as well.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I continue to go in that direction.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. From 17 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. This Super Bowl, of course, is a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think of the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now Rodgers. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 40 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Burrow will throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And out across midfield down to the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Max Crosby providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rodgers. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter. It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long. And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. His throw is going to be incomplete. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 14-7 is the score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Burrow looking to pass. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The left-footed Kevin Huber set to punt it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Bengals grab it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers over the middle here. It's hauled in by Watson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now look out. Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They begin this drive with Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll find Aguara complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. Officially, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Back to Mixon on second down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now a
throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
That's good. Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here we go. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That's another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Here we go. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. It looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. The final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard, 40 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Fair catch, made at the 21-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. a loss of 7.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And there was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run out of the gun with Evans. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now they will throw it with Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst from 6 yards away. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he powers his way up past the 30. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Inside handoff to Mixon. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Defense was expecting run, and their Delta pass of over 15 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Just 1 more quarter remains in the season. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second and 5 now. Burrow. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now, Bengals on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Burrow looking to pass. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. It's a foot race. The 40. 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. What a moment for him. A pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Max Crosby able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. His throw incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, it's Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, that's Hurst. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize it.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Drew Sample from 19 yards away. Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
They run again on first down. Chubb. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here we go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Burrow will throw. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. Here we go. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 33 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
They keep looking his way, and he certainly keeps delivering. That puts him just shy of 200 yards receiving now for the game. And I've got a feeling they'll keep calling his number until the end. Gotta wonder, if you're on defense and you know he's getting the ball, can't you make an adjustment?
So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good.